want to talk about accountability, everybody's favorite topic. If you're really good at accountability, you love it. Otherwise, you might absolutely hate it. You know, the challenge with accountability is no one wants to be held accountable, especially in this day and age, because it's so much easier to pass the buck. I mean, look at the political climate in this country. Just pass the buck, point the fingers, blame, 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 blame. Nobody wants accountability is the challenge. Those who function the best, accountability is huge, though. I mean, you look at the people who are the most happily married, the companies and the organizations that run the best, they run effectively because of accountability. There's great understanding as to who does what, who's in charge, who's responsible, and then if it's not done, it's real easy to come back and say, okay, how come not? What's holding us back here? What's the challenge? And one of the challenges with accountability is, what do we focus on? You know, so many people want to focus on the outcome. What is the outcome I'm after? And that's a great thing, but if you can't focus on the process, the outcome doesn't matter. You know, it's like, I want to lose 100 pounds. Well, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to manifest that I'm going to lose 100 pounds. Is that going to happen? No. But if I have a massive accountability to, I'm going to lose 45 pounds tonight. You might look at me like, dude, there's no way. Yeah, absolutely. It's a piece of cake. I go home, I wrap a belt around my leg, I pull out a chainsaw, I cut my leg off, I lose 45 pounds or whatever my leg weighs. Maybe I have to do 2 legs. But the point is if you really are, you know, dedicated to doing it, if you have the accountability, you can accomplish anything. The challenge in life is that we don't often have accountability to the process. We want the outcome, but we're not willing to work the process. And when you think about that, it's real interesting to see where we should pay attention to. And I want to go to the whiteboard and draw this real quick so I can illustrate it for you. And what's fun to me to realize with this is, when I think about it, you have some sort of a process, right? And then as a result, I can't draw today, or write I should call it, process. How many C's are there in process? Anywho, and then you have some sort of an outcome. And the challenge is that everybody puts all their focus right here on this outcome. And the challenge with that is if you look at this outcome here, how much control do you have over this outcome? Very, very little. How much control do you have over the process? You have 100% control over this process, right? I can do the behavior that leads to the outcome, but I have little control over this outcome at all. I can do everything right here, and sometimes I still don't get the outcome I want. But if I don't do the process, I don't have a chance at the outcome. And that's where a lot of people get sideways, and it's challenging to me because they struggle to realize this, and they just want to focus on this right here. No, but I want this outcome, I want this outcome, I want this outcome. I get it, but what are the steps you have to take? It's like flossing. I want a healthy mouth, I want a healthy mouth. But am I willing to do the flossing in order to have a healthy mouth? Well, maybe, maybe not. If I'm not willing to take accountability, I won't get that outcome. But if I'm willing to be accountable to the process and I floss after every single meal, before I go to bed every single night, I have a better chance at having better oral health. But even if I do floss, is it possible to still go sideways? Sure, because I could have cancer treatment or something that could cause xerostomia, and it could leave me in a bad place. So you don't have any control over here. You have no control. You have some influence maybe. But here on the process side, you have huge amounts of control. It doesn't guarantee the outcome, but you have huge amounts of control because it's within, you get to decide to do it or not. And should you decide not to, that's entirely your choice, but that's where you need to put your focus, is right there. If all we did was focus on this piece right here every single day and take massive action to lead to the outcome we want, the odds get so much better, so much better. And the people who function at the highest level, do they blame somebody? No, they sit there and they go, hey, we're doing a great job. We functioned as a team. This portion of the team worked well. This portion did not. And they have a great amount of control for what it is they're doing. And so if we take a lot of accountability and put towards the process we're after, imagine what can happen. And when we all start helping hold each other accountable, we will all perform at a much, much higher level. When we perform at a much, much higher level, guess what we all get? the outcomes and rewards we want. And when you've worked that hard for them, then you deserve them. We don't deserve them until we work hard. But when you work hard, you will get the results you deserve that you worked hard for. Not always, but the majority of the time. Accountability is the key. It's a thing that scares a ton of people. But I tell you what, if you find a way to embrace it, it'll change your life. It'll change the life of everybody around you as well. And you'll actually enjoy it a lot more. So my question to you is, what can you change in your life? What can you create accountability for yourself, for a loved one, for a family member, and most importantly, yourself? It's easy to create accountability for those around you because that's called pointing a finger. But if you create accountability for yourself and then come back to somebody and go, hey, would you be willing to help me be more accountable in this area? And you ask them, watch what happens. Watch how they step up their performance as well. And watch how your level of fulfillment and enjoyment in life goes through the roof. It'll dramatically change. You'll love it. That being said, I want to sign off for the day. If you got any topics you want to hear me do, make sure and get them over to me via email so I can be doing the content you guys want. So I'm accountable to you because this show's for you. I hope you enjoy it. Can't wait to see you 8 o'clock Mountain, 10 o'clock East Coast. Have a great day. What if you could have the practice of your dreams? What's holding you back? Imagine a life where you have everything you ever wanted.